The minute you stop living in your head, everything changes. If you're a person who thinks 24/7 a day and your mind is on an auto loop of stress, or you're worrying about the future, something that hasn't happened yet, or maybe you're obsessing over the past, or you're trying to make a decision, I want you to know you are working 24/7 up here mentally, and that is an absolute brain drain. You're not just ambitious and you're not motivated. Your nervous system and your mindset are on information overload, and you can't shut it off. So if that's you, I want you to listen up because I'm going to give you 3 mindset hacks today that will change and reverse the way you think. It will stop the mental obsession and it'll help you sleep great and feel great. So let's dive in. Here's the real problem with most busy entrepreneurs and professionals, and all people in that case. We are living in our heads. For those of you that don't know me, I am Cappi Pidwell. I'm a master of hypnotherapy and NLP, and I've been speaking to entrepreneurs and busy professionals for 30 years, helping them rewire their mindset for a lot more success. So, you want to understand that if you're in a worry mindset and you're trying to make a big decision, you are worrying about stuff and projecting that onto something that hasn't occurred yet. So let me give you, for instance, I was talking to a client the other day and she was saying, oh my gosh, this person thinks this about me and this is going to happen and I'm probably not going to be here much longer. And in reality, instead of having the conversation and getting some clarity, she's already worried and manifested and made it up in her head that the outcome is going to be X. Now, of course, this is human nature. But what if you began to think about what you wanted the outcome to be? And this is hard for people because we naturally go to worry, fear, and the what if scenario. This is what I call a brain drain. It really drains your nervous system. It drains your emotions. It drains your energy. And if somebody isn't worrying or yourself isn't worrying about the future, maybe you're obsessing over something that's already happened. Maybe it was a situation in a business deal or a appointment you had and oh, I should have done this. I could have done this or a relationship you're in. People spend so much time in the mind, in the loop, not really understanding that they're managing or using their imagination the wrong way. And I want you to know that your body is also paying a price for this. You might experience things like a lot of headaches in the day, or stomach problems, or backaches, or leg aches, or what have you. And I share with my audiences and clients often that your body is very, very smart. It feels the stress. It feels the overwhelm when you're on that auto loop. And then you try to go to bed at night and get a good night's sleep, and your brain's like, right? You can't turn it off. That creates an environment in your body of a lot of tension and a lot of stress. So then you wake up. You don't feel rested, you don't feel focused, you don't feel clear, and then you repeat the thought patterns on a subconscious mental loop. I want you to get this. This has created a pattern, a habit for you to think this way. And I'm going to share with you how to stop it in a few minutes, but I want to emphasize this is a practice. You've had a habit for a long time. Your body's gotten familiar with it. Your subconscious certainly has gotten familiar with it. And the subconscious always does what feels familiar. So we want to change that familiar pattern, change it first in the way you think, then the body begins to respond. And when I work with people, they often say, oh, I feel so relaxed. I slept so good. This feels so wonderful. That's because you're on overdrive. You're having a brain drain. It's affecting your physical form. It's affecting how you feel, what you do, and the decisions you're making. And then you wonder why you're exhausted all the time. Okay. Let's talk about what changes everything. I want you to understand you are not your thoughts. The average individual has over 500 words a minute, 500. The average individual has over 500 words a minute floating through their mind at all times. And because these are like a bunch of wild horses running around, you have the reins. I promise you. You've got to learn to rein those thoughts in. And this, again, is a practice. So I'm going to give you some free resources and the links below, and I'm going to suggest you use them. If I just tell you about it and you don't do anything, trust me, those wild horses will keep running in your head and nothing outside of you will change. And then a year later, you'll say, why didn't this change, Cappy? It's a practice. It is a process. Now, you might be asking me the question, why should this matter? I'm a thinker. I'm going to always keep thinking. But I'll tell you, when people are on overwhelm, here's what it creates. It creates indecision for them. They'll say things like, Cappy, I really want this, but I need to think about it. And then they stay on the thinking fence forever and they become very indecisive. You might know someone like this. Powerful people make decisions, whether it's yes or no. They don't sit and take the brain drain and think and analyze and go in analysis paralysis forever trying to make a decision. So if you're indecisive, this is part of the problem for you. Okay. Maybe you're decisive, but you procrastinate. Maybe you know what you should be doing to increase your income and your outcomes, but you avoid doing them. Oh, I should make more calls. I should do fill in the blank. And you find every reason why not to do it. Procrastinating isn't just putting it all off. Maybe you do a little piece of it and then you feel like, okay, well, I did this. I took that. Okay, I did this, right? But you're not doing the other 80 or 90% of the things that could get you where you want to go. So because people don't understand this is an inner game, they keep looking for the external thing to change or get fixed, and then they'll feel happy, and then they'll be successful, and then they'll make the money. But I promise you, it is an inner game. And let's dive into how to hack your brain for new outcomes. Let's look at number one. The first thing you want to do when you find yourself focusing on the future of something that hasn't occurred yet, or you're obsessing about something that's already happened in the past. And I'll tell you, this could not just be a week ago, a month ago. It could be 5 years ago. This person did this. My ex did this. My old boss did this. Who cares? It's done, but you're carrying it around mentally with you everywhere you go. Okay, here's what you want to do. You want to imagine a stop sign in your mind, a big red stop sign. Okay, stop the thought pattern if you're going to a past situation or a future worry. Stop. You've got to tell yourself, stop. What do I want to think about? What would feel better in the moment for me? And then I want you to label it. Oh, here's that worry feeling I do. Here's that planning thing that I don't want. Give it a title. If you don't know what you're doing inside your head, it's going to be hard to stop and identify the pattern. So first thing, stop. See a stop sign. They're everywhere. Take a picture of one. We'll put one here on the screen. Then identify this is worry. This is fear. This is fear of failure. This is concern. Give it a title. The next thing I want you to do, number 2, is I want you to get out of your head and get into your body. This might sound really strange to people because we're up here being busy all day long in the head, right? Get into your body. And here's a really easy, fast way to do this. If you take a deep breath and count to 4, inhale for 4, hold the breath for just a second, and then exhale for like 6, even 7. You want the exhalation to be a little bit longer than the inhale, and do it 3 times. You can do this in your car. You can do this at the office. You can do it when you're on your cell phone, walking around on a call. You can do it sitting at your desk. I guarantee you, you will immediately begin to calm down in your body and in your nervous system. Then once you bring some calm into your physical form, into your head, into your body, again, guys, even for 10 seconds. But if you don't stop and do a pattern interrupt, see the stop sign, identify the feeling, then the second step, just take a few deep breaths. This is so easy. The question is, are you going to do it? Or are you going to stay running around on the treadmill of trying in the crazy cycle? You've got to manage your mindset to get new outcomes. Then The third thing I want you to do is ask yourself the question, what is the one next step I need to take? So you're not looking at the big picture, you're not looking at the big problem, the whole strategy. What is the one next step I need to take? And after you calm yourself and you ask yourself that question, you will get an insight, you will get an instinct. If it doesn't come immediately, it might come a half hour later when you're driving in your car, and all of a sudden you'll get that download, that instant answer in your head that will say, hey, do this. And the problem with such an overthinking mind is you just don't hear your instincts. You don't feel those inner nudges and those insights. And I will tell you, they're always right. And then you argue with yourself, right? Like, where'd that come from? I got this weird idea. That was a coincidence. No, it's not. It's from the most powerful part of you that has this innate energy that knows what's right for you. But if you don't do these steps, stop, identify the feeling, take a few deep breaths. What is the one next step I need to take? See how simple it is? Don't make it difficult on yourself. I think you're making it difficult on yourself by letting everything run your decisions or keeping you stuck on a fence or procrastinating and then saying, oh, Cappy, I really want this, but I already have this. I don't want to do this. People want change, and yet they don't want to do anything different. It fascinates me when I speak, and obviously I'm here on YouTube. And by the way, in the link below, I've got a few freebies in there. Go grab my free daily mindset tip sheet and practice, you guys. This takes practice. I'm not here to say it just happens, right? I've been studying mindset for 30 years and I do it every single day because I know my outcomes and my income always follow how I'm thinking, what I'm doing, where I'm putting my focus, right? Your focus, your intention, and attention is constantly creating your outcomes. So if you're somebody who knows you're ready to get more outcomes, more income, to really level up your life, in the calendar, or excuse me, in the link below, I also have a calendar link, and I do free 30-minute consultations only if you're ready or seeking an amazing coach. We work on your strategies, your business strategies, your money mindset, all this inner game stuff, and then figure out what's the smartest strategies for you to monetize yourself. I don't care what kind of business you're in, you're good at some things, you're not great at others, and you really want to leverage and manifest more, it all begins within. So book a call. If you just want to get the free download, that's on my website. I'll also put that link in there. And explore some of my online products, you guys. This doesn't need to be difficult. It doesn't have to take a long time. As a master of NLP and hypnotherapy, I get my clients very, very rapid results. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe to my channel. Feel free to share it with a friend, and I will see you in my next video.